there. You know what time is it? It's FinSmart time, that time of the week when we dispense tips on money and investment. Just for information, FinSmart podcast series is a production of UK-DION Investment Limited. FinSmart means financial smartness, and all we do here is give you information on what you need to be financially smart. So on today's episode of FinSmart, we want to dish some information on spending tips for the festive season. This is November. We are fast approaching the festive season where spending is highest. Therefore, it is important for people who have investment commitments to take some caution with their spendings so that they won't be caught up in the tide of the season. Today on FinSmart, we want to reel out 4 tips on how to ensure you spend your money wisely. So let's dig right in. 1. Stick to your shopping list. As human beings, shopping is a part of our lives. Therefore, we must make it a rule of thumb never to go to the market or supermarket without a shopping list. You might say, holding a paper and going through it every now and then is a weird thing to do, while some might say it is old-fashioned, but having a shopping list is an antidote to impulsive buying. This is a situation where you get to buy items you do not need instead of buying the things you actually need. We must all know that sellers are driven to make sales, so they will do anything to make their product as appealing and captivating as possible. No matter how small the items you want to buy are, make a list and stick to it. You have no idea how much heartache you will save yourself. In fact, nowadays you don't have to write your shopping list on a sheet of paper. You could type them in a notepad on your phone, or better still, you could write your shopping list on a paper and then take a photo shot of that paper. Now let's proceed to the second tip that will ensure we spend money wisely this festive period. 2. Cap your weekly spending. Human beings are fashioned to have unending needs, and the means to achieve these needs are very limited. This is why we have to apply basic economics as well as set financial goals to achieve anything tangible and worthwhile. Nothing in this wide world can truncate your financial goals like unplanned spending. When we understand and itemize what we spend money on weekly, then it becomes easy to set a weekly budget for ourselves. Additionally, you could also make some allowance for emergencies in your weekly budget. The attitude of "let's see how it goes" is not the best for managing your finances. The choice to place a weekly limit is akin to checking your expenses, especially since you know that spending on unnecessary items could result in you sacrificing some of your actual needs till the next week. Now we move on to the next one. The third tip on our list is understanding sales promotions and discounts. We are in the 11th month of the year. The festive period is fast approaching. This season is usually characterized with discounts and sales promotions here and there, as well as Black Fridays. It's important we know that these are sales strategies that are often disguised to save consumers money. But one truth you need to tell yourself is that you are not saving when you impulsively buy an item on promo. You are actually spending. It is not a bad financial decision to take advantage of promos, discounts, as well as to buy on Black Fridays. What would be an unwise financial decision is to buy items you've not budgeted for because there is a discount on it. It's still FinSmart podcast series. So far we've been talking about tips on how to ensure we spend our money wisely during the forthcoming festive period. The fourth and final tip is to buy things based on value, not cost. To explain this, we must understand 2 concepts: the concept of cost and the concept of value. The former is what you pay for a product, and value is what you get from the product. The summary of this point is that you should know when an item actually costs more than it is sold, and make your buying decisions based on this knowledge. When you want to make a buy, decipher the costs and the value, and let this be your guide. You might spend much, but make sure it is right for the value you are getting. This is where we draw the curtains on this episode of FinSmart podcast series. Today we dished out some tips on how to ensure we spend our money wisely during the forthcoming festive period. Here is a quick recap. The first tip is stick to your shopping list. Second tip, cap your weekly spending. Third tip, understand sales promotions and discounts. And the fourth tip is to buy based on value, not cost. The key point here is you really do not have an excuse not to save and invest because you are in a festive period. Till we come your way again, this is FinSmart podcast series, a production of UK-DION Investments Limited.